Well, hello everyone, it's Amy and welcome back to my channel and the penultimate day of Vlogmas. Can you believe that Christmas is almost here? So as promised in yesterday's video, today's video is going to be a Christmas Q&A, which is essentially just a Q&A, but I'm wearing snowmen. I'd like to say a huge thank you to all of you who submitted questions for me. I know it was a short window of time to get those questions in, and I really appreciate it. Without your questions, this video would suck. It has been a hot minute since I did my last Q&A video, and I feel like so many of you are new to the Oddball family since whenever it was that I did that last one. So I'm glad that we get to sit down, have a bonding sesh, and learn a little bit more about each other. Well, mostly you're just learning about me. I can't hear you from here. That's not how cameras work. Don't forget to go ahead and give this video a thumbs up, click that subscribe button and all that good stuff. And for now, let's get into the questions. Okay, so this first question is from way back on the Vlogmas Day 1 video. It's from Inky Quill and it says, "Yay, love watching your vids, excited to see Vlogmas." Well, I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope it lived up to your expectations. And then it says, "Would love to hear about your favorite Christmas recipes / meals or most memorable Christmas." This is a tricky one because I recently went vegetarian. So this is going to be the first Christmas that I am not partaking in the old pigs and blankets turkey giant glazed ham situation on Christmas Day. So if you'd asked me any other Christmas, I would have said my brother's honey glazed ham because it is amazing. But this year, I don't know, I've been trying out a lot of different foods. I will be completely honest and say I'm not a particularly good or willing cook, so I haven't been trying out that many Christmas recipes. One thing that I always make every single Christmas is chocolate chip cookies because they're easy and I like to eat the dough out of the bowl, which you guys have probably seen a lot of this Vlogmas. If you saw my New Year's resolutions video, then you know one of my resolutions is to cook more in the new year. So maybe by next Christmas, I will have some more recipes to share with you guys and we'll know a little bit more about cooking, but let's not hold our breath on that one. So the second part of your question, what was my most memorable Christmas? I actually have a whole video about my most memorable Christmas, and it was also my most disastrous Christmas. I look back and it is just hilarious and gross because it involved projectile vomit all over me, unfortunately. So I'm gonna link that video down below. It's an old one, but it is quite funny. So if you're in the mood to laugh at me, go ahead and give that one a watch. Then also on that first Vlogmas video, I had a comment from Jennifer Burke, and she said, "Traditions that you and your family have. I'm from the States, so I'm curious how it's different." So one of the traditions that I talk about quite a lot with you guys that I personally have is every place I go, I like to try and collect a Christmas ornament. So our tree is a little bit mismatched and some might say bizarre in some aspects because I pick up a little trinket from everywhere I go. So that is one really nice Christmas tradition that I enjoy because when we're putting up the Christmas tree and decorating it, we're like pulling out these different baubles and some of them are strange, whatever, but you see them and it brings back the memory of that place that you visited, and I love that. Other Christmas traditions that we have would be Christmas Eve pajamas. Every Christmas Eve, I know that I'm a 27-year-old grown-up, she says, wearing a snowman dress, but my mom always gets me new pajamas for Christmas Eve because I don't know, that's just what we do. And then one other thing that I do every single Christmas, which I guess ties into the last question as well, is to make one of those chocolate Yule logs, although I don't technically make it. I buy a Swiss chocolate roll and then cover it with melted chocolate and like sprinkle some icing sugar over the top. I don't know that that's considered to be cooking, but I do that every year because when I was a kid, I used to always go to my Nana's house before Christmas and we would do that together. So I like to do that to like think of her and remember her. But this year we completely forgot to get the Swiss chocolate roll, and they had one left in Morrison's today when we went shopping, and it's this big. So I don't know how far that's gonna go. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, I had a Christmas visitor, but where was I? So the next question was actually from yesterday's video, and it was from, I am not going to be able to say this. I don't know if it's supposed to be like K Hedda Wolf or like Kedda Wolf. I don't know. I'm sorry, I can't say it. I'm trying my best. Anyway, the comment says, "Hi Amy, I've been watching you for a while and I've always wondered, how did you find the courage to move to a new country alone? Was it a scary decision for you, and what were your first few weeks away from home like? I would love to travel more, but sometimes I'm scared to do it alone, especially since I'm a woman. I'd love to know your thoughts. Thanks, I'm looking forward to the rest of your Vlogmas." Thank you. Okay, this is a question that I get asked a lot in real life, and I get a lot of people telling me how brave I am for moving to the other side of the world by myself. Honestly, it wasn't a very difficult decision for me to make, and when I look back to when I first decided to like uproot and move to the other side of the planet by myself, I had really put zero thought into it. It was just a case of someone had mentioned to me that it might be worth trying to find a job in Kuwait because it pays well there, and all of a sudden I got offered the job and I was like, okay, well I guess I'm moving to Kuwait. Like, it wasn't this big planned out thing, it just kind of happened to me. And it wasn't until maybe a month before I was due to leave that it hit me that I was going to be completely on my own in a culture that I had never experienced, in a country where I didn't know the language, that I'd never been to before or been anywhere like before. And when that realization hit, then yes, it was very scary. But then as soon as I got there and I got off the plane, all of a sudden I was completely fine. And that's not to say that ever since has been like skipping through the flowers a great time, and that I haven't been nervous or homesick or sad about being away, because I've definitely experienced all of those things. Living in Kuwait, while it was a good time, it was no picnic, but it wasn't scary anymore. Like, once I was there, I was okay. I totally get where you're coming from with being nervous to travel alone as a woman, and I've done a little bit of traveling completely by myself. Like when I went to the States a few years ago, I did New York and Boston, just me. The cool thing is when you're traveling, if you stay in hostels, you meet people and you will make friends. So that's what I did when I was in Boston. I made friends with a group of girls from England and I spent my time with them. And then even when Abidra and I went traveling around Southeast Asia, we made friends along the way. So I think the big thing is, if you are thinking of traveling alone, make sure firstly that the place that you're traveling to is going to be safe, and make sure that you have everything booked out in advance, because you can fly by the seat of your pants when you're with people, but I think if you're by yourself, it's really important that you have like all your ducks in a row. You definitely have to be more vigilant and more wary and like more organized when you're traveling by yourself, but it's a really great experience. Okay, next question is from C Mushi. Hi, I've been watching your channel a while, not sure if I've commented before. I found you about 6 months ago from your KonMari videos, then expanded to the rest. You are one of the 2 channels I watch for Vlogmas, and I love them. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you so much. That is just so sweet. Look at this cheesy smile on my face right now. That makes me so happy. I really want to know what you do for work in Bahrain. Somehow I got it in my head that you're a teacher. If you are, what do you teach? A bit about me. I live in Arizona, so I totally get all the heat, sun things you mentioned, and I love elephants too. Okay, let's take a second for elephants because they are amazing. And then also, like, girl living in Arizona, yes, we can bond over the heat experience for sure. You are completely right. I am a teacher in Bahrain and I teach 2nd grade in an international school. Okay, next and final question is from ZP6421. I've been spending too much time with Americans because I literally just said Z instead of Z. They're rubbing off on me. Okay, so it says, Amy, first off, I wanted to say that I love your videos. They always brighten up my day, especially Vlogmas. Thank you. I'm so glad. I get so nervous about Vlogmas that you guys won't like the videos, so to know that you do is such a relief. And secondly, I don't know if you wear any Jeffree Star cosmetics, but his products are vegan and cruelty-free as well. I know those products are a bit pricey, but it might be something worth looking into if you want to be a bit bougie and treat yourself. I will bear that in mind, because at the moment I'm in a kind of bougie vibe. I don't know why. I don't know who I think I am, but I will definitely look into that. And then, do you think you will ever go back home to the UK and work? Good question. My plan originally was to go to Kuwait for 1 year, potentially 2, and then save up enough money to buy myself a house, come home, buy that house, live in it, and then eventually die, because that's how life works. But that obviously didn't work out. I went to Kuwait for a year, then I'm in Bahrain right now, and I've already made the decision that if I can, I definitely want to stay in Bahrain for another year after this one because I love it. And then after that, I just don't know. I'm just like taking each day as it comes and just seeing where life takes me. I don't know if that's the way to live your life. I don't know if you should probably have a plan and not just like go wherever the wind blows you, but I am just going where the wind blows me and hoping for the best. Okay, so I felt like that was a lot of fun. I feel like those were some really good questions that made me have to like stop and think, and hopefully you guys feel like you know a little bit more about me now, which was the point of this whole exercise, because you guys are super important to me and I feel like we're friends, so I want you to feel like we're friends. Are we friends? I hope so. Once again, thank you to everyone who commented and left me a question. I hope that it was a good video for you guys. If it was, then please go ahead and give it a thumbs up to let me know. Don't forget to go ahead, click that subscribe button and join our oddball family. Like, I love y'all so much. Join the love. And don't forget to come back tomorrow for the last day of Vlogmas. How is that already here? Is anyone else's mind blown? But until then, thank you guys so much for watching. Remember that I love you all so, so much, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye, guys.